so happy that you're here. I'm here in my sister's garden. I'm helping her garden today. And our story today is a gardening story. So, let me just finish up here really quickly and we'll go over to the bench where I will show you my story. Okay friends, this is my special little friend Roxy, and she is here to help me read the story. So, my story today is called Eddie's Garden, and it's how to make things grow. I wonder if you have a garden that you help your mom and dad with at home too. Maybe you dig some things, maybe you can put seeds, maybe you water. Well, this is a book, and it's going to help you know how to make things grow. Let's see. And there is Eddie. Can I have a garden of my own? Said Eddie. Okay, said Mom. And me, said Lily. Mom wrote a list, and they went to the garden shop. They bought seeds and a bag of earth and some flower pots. Pots for me, said Lily. That's his little sister. What makes plants grow? Asked Eddie. What makes you grow? Asked Mom. Food, said Eddie. Drink for me, said Lily. That's just what plants like, said Mom. See? Food from the earth. Rain to drink. Air to breathe, and the sun for light and warmth. See right there, the sunshine. Girl. Let's get digging, said Eddie. It was hard work digging up the grass and the weeds, but the earth was rich and crumbly and full of worms. Stop that, Lily, cried Mom. Worms are good for the earth, but they're not good to eat. Worms for me, said Lily. See, she's eating the worms. Ooh, don't eat worms. Eddie raked the earth smooth, ready for the pea seeds. Mom showed Eddie how to scratch a line in the earth with a twig, and how to put the pea pods in along the line one at a time, and carefully cover them up. Wonder what it's going to be. They collected some long sticks and Mom pushed them into the ground. This can be a hideout for you and Lily, she said. Bean plants will grow right up to the sticks to make a bean den. She dug a hole beside each stick, and Eddie dropped a bean into every hole and filled the hole with earth. Eddie watered all the seeds with his watering can. Water me, said Lily. No, don't, said Mom. That's silly. When Eddie went to bed that night, Mom read him the story of Jack and the Beanstalk, just like the story that we did last Friday. Eddie thought a lot about his bean plants growing up into the sky, and how he would be like Jack and climb up the beanstalk higher and higher until he could touch the clouds. He could grow that tall. Next morning, Eddie wanted to sow more seeds. Let's put some of these in pots, said Mom. Then we can look after them more easily. So they collected flower pots, seeds, trays, yogurt pots, an oil can, and one old boot, and filled them with earth from the bag. Eddie watered the earth until it was soaking wet. Then they chose their seeds. Sunflower and marigold seeds, and broccoli, purple chard, and sweet corn, and a pumpkin seed for Lily. They put in their seeds carefully and covered them up with earth. Pumpkin for me, said Lily, and she dug up her pumpkin seed to see whether it had grown. Put it back, Lily. It doesn't grow that fast, said Eddie. It doesn't grow. It takes a long time. Days passed, the rain rained, and the sun shone warm. Every day, Eddie and Lily looked to see whether their seeds had sprouted. At last, a strong green stem pushed out of the earth. It was Lily's pumpkin plant. It straightened up and opened 2 fat leaves. Like bees, said Lily. Soon all the seeds were sprouting. Look at all the different seeds that were sprouting. Eddie worked hard in his garden. He watered the plants when they were dry and pulled up the weeds When Lily's pumpkin plant grew too big for its pot, he showed her how to dig a hole in the garden to plant, so its roots could go down deep into the ground. "Hey, Lily, maybe that hole is a bit too big," said Eddie. "She can fit right inside." Then he dug a hole for his sunflower plant right in the middle of the garden. As the weeks went by, it grew as high as Eddie, and even higher and higher still, until a fat bud grew at the top, which opened out into an enormous yellow sunflower. And I remember in my mom and dad's garden, we had a big sunflower too, and it was even taller than I am. Granddad came around. He was so surprised he had to sit down. "Wow, Eddie, your garden is amazing," he said. "That does look amazing." They walked around the garden together. "Do you know what, Granddad?" said Eddie. "Some caterpillars eat lettuce, but birds eat caterpillars. And some bugs eat leaves and flowers, but ladybugs and hoverflies eat the bugs. And the bees make honey from the flowers, and we like eating honey." "Worms for me," said Lily. "Well, worms mix the earth up, and that's good for plants," said Granddad. Eddie found a slug. "Oh dear," said Granddad. "Slugs eat up plants in the garden, especially at night." "Uh-oh," said Eddie. I think he's going to be worried about that. That night, Eddie couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about slugs munching and crunching in his garden. He went downstairs in his pajamas. "What's up, Eddie?" called Mom. "I'm going on a slug hunt," said Eddie. "Wait for me," said Mom. By torchlight and moonlight, they soon found 16 slugs that were eating up Eddie's plants. They put them in a bucket for Mom to throw away and went back upstairs. "That was a brilliant idea, Eddie," said Mom as she kissed him goodnight. "That's good. I'm glad they caught him." The next day was fine and sunny, perfect for a picnic. Eddie, Lily, and Mom went out into the garden and picked peas and carrots and lettuce and sweet corn and a big pumpkin. Mom cut the pumpkin up. "We'll keep some of these seeds to grow next year," she said. Eddie rolled out pastry for pumpkin pie. "Peas for me," said Lily. Out in Eddie's garden, birds ate sunflower seeds, bees and butterflies drank nectar from the flowers, and creepy crawlers were busy in the garden. Eddie, Lily, Mom, and Granddad ate their picnic. It was the best ever. After the picnic, Eddie and Lily sat in the bean den. "Which do you like best, Lily? Worms or beans?" asked Eddie. "Beans for me," said Lily. I think that's a better idea. What a neat story. I wonder if you have a garden like this at your house. Well, it's time to go. It looks like it's going to start raining in a minute. So, we are going to say goodbye, and Roxy is going to say goodbye. Till next time. Bye.